I got a lot. How you guys doing? I'm on my walk, and I just want to do some road rant, and I want to make it a music theory lesson, but no guitars necessary. I think, or whatever you play. What I'm going to say isn't that complicated, so I don't think an instrument is really necessary. If you follow what I'm saying, I think it's not that hard to, do it on the instrument too. So here goes. I want to talk about the 4 permutations of 7-note scales, which is the major scale, melodic minor scale, the harmonic minor scale, and the harmonic major scale, but from a different point of view than usually gets talked about and than I usually talk about. So here it goes. For this discussion, we're going to take everything in white keys on the piano to start. So we'll basically in A minor or C major, whichever way you look at it. So white keys naturally first. Okay, here it goes. So you have all white keys. You have seven notes because there's 7 white keys: A, B, C, D, F, G, and you have 7 triads that can be formed on each of those notes. And the B triad is a B diminished triad. It's got the diminished fifth intervals, and it's not usually used. I'm not going to use it in this discussion. So that leaves 6 triads, and I'm going to talk about something with them. So that gives you A minor, C major, D minor, E minor, F major, and G major. No B diminished. So of those 6 triads, let's break it down. 3 of them are major, and that's C major, F major, and G major. And 3 of them are minor, that's A minor, D minor, and E minor. So it's a real simple way of looking at this, what I'm about to say. So C major is C, E, G. C, E, G. F major is F, A, C. G major is G, B, D. Those are the 3 major triads in white keys. And then A minor is A, C, E. D minor is D, F, A. And E minor is E, G, B in all white keys. So to get from there to the 4 permutations of 7-note scales, here's the trick. You have 3 major triads. I just named what they are and how to spell them. For each one of those, alter the third by flatting it to a minor third. So, and then see how that changes the scales involved. So let's start with C major. That's C, E, and G. I'm going to lower the third to E flat. So now everything else is the same, but now I have C, E flat, and G. That gives me a C minor triad. Now what do I have with that? Just that one alteration gives me a C major scale, but with a C minor triad, which is a C melodic minor scale. Because the melodic minor scale is a major scale with a flatted third, or with a minor third. Is when we're looking at it. So by just changing the C major to C minor, introducing the E flat, you now go from C major scale to C melodic minor scale. Just one little alteration. And harmonically, just flatten the third of the chord and make it a minor chord instead of a major chord. Voila, you have a if you're started in the C of key, it's a C of key of C, then you now have a C melodic minor scale. That was cool. So now do another one. Do G minor instead of G major. G major is G, B, and D, so G minor would be G, B flat, and D. So you have a G minor chord now. What does that do? That introduces B flat. That does one of 2 things. It either gives you C mixolydian, because the C major scale with the B flat is a C mixolydian mode, or it gives you an F major scale, because an F major scale is all the white notes, but with the flatted fourth, or B flat. So by making the G from major to minor, you either change the mode of the major scale to a mixolydian mode, or you change to F major instead of C major. You modulated up a fourth, which makes sense because that's backwards on the circle of fifths, and that's the flat direction. And we did flat one of the notes, which is the B note in the G major triad, flatting it to B flat. So we're 1/3 of the way there, because now we've just got, first of all, we got the last major chord to alter. That major chord is F major. It's spelled F, A, and C. So what do you do? You make it A flat. Flat the third of the F major triad to make it an F minor triad. Now you have F, A flat, um, uh, and C. So what does that do for you? Well, in white keys, if you start on F, you have an F Lydian mode. But if you add a flat third to that, or minor third to that, you get an F Lydian minor mode. In this case, that scale would be F, G, A flat, B, C, D, E, F. That is the fourth mode of a C harmonic major scale. So it's not the harmonic major scale, but it's the fourth mode of it. So it represents that scale. So just by taking the F major chord in all white keys and flattening it to F, making it an F minor chord, which gives you an A flat, suddenly you have an F, what's called F Lydian minor, which is the fourth mode of C harmonic major scale. And there you have it. That's that harmonic major chord, harmonic major scale, represented just by flattening the third of the F major triad to F minor. Okay, that sounds like we're kicking it. Now I'll do the minor triads. If I take A minor and I raise the third to a major third, I get A minor is A, C, E, but A major is A, C sharp, E. What's that? Well, if A minor is A Aeolian or A natural minor, making a C sharp makes it an A Aeolian dominant, or you can look at it as the fifth mode of a D melodic minor scale. And that makes sense because a D melodic minor scale is a D Dorian mode with a raised seventh, and a D Dorian mode with a raised seventh is all white keys but with a C sharp. And that makes sense because when we made our A minor chord into an A major chord, we made the C go from C to C sharp, which is the right note to do, and that makes the A minor into A major, and now you have an Aeolian dominant chord, which is the fifth mode of D melodic minor scale. So D melodic minor scale is represented. All right, we're doing good. So now, what next? Let's do D minor and raise it to D major. So D minor is D, F, and A. To make D major, you raise it F to F sharp. So now you have D, F sharp, and A. What does that do? That either takes you from C Ionian mode to C Lydian mode, because C Lydian mode has an F sharp in it, a sharp 4, or it takes you from C major scale to G major scale, because G major scale has an F sharp in it, one sharp. And what we did was we took a D minor, which is D, F, A, and made it D major by making it D, F sharp, A. So voila, we modulated up to a perfect fifth, which makes sense because a perfect fifth is clockwise on the circle of fifths, and it's a sharp key. So we either went from C Ionian to C, went from C major scale to G major scale. All right, so we've only got one more to do, and we kick this thing. Let's do the E minor chord. E minor is E, G, and B. So to make it an E major chord, just raise the third from a minor third to a major third, which will give you E, G sharp, and B. Now that's an E major triad now. And what does that give you? Well, in white keys, an E with all white notes is an E Phrygian scale mode. But since I sharped the third from G to G sharp, it made it an an E Phrygian dominant scale. An E Phrygian dominant scale is the fifth mode of A harmonic minor. So by sharpening the third of the E chord from G to G sharp, I suddenly got an E major chord, which implies an E Phrygian dominant mode, which is the fifth mode of A harmonic minor scale, which means A harmonic minor scale is represented. We did it. So just by changing any one of the three minor triads in a major key to a major triad, we get the alterations we just discussed. Or if you take any major triad in a major key and flat the third to make it a minor triad, you also get the alterations I just mentioned. And within those alterations is cool because you've got all four 7-note scales represented. You got harmonic minor, harmonic major, melodic minor, and major scale represented. And you made a modulation up a fifth, down a fourth, and he did a modal modulation up to a sharper mode and down to a flatter mode, all just by altering either altering a minor triad to make it major or a major triad to make it a minor, all and then that's all the changes that can happen. I think that's very cool. Love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.